We could have not asked for a better partner in Leafwell, because it does, fill all those places that we were having to do so much extra work on our own. Small organizations only have such a bandwidth. So for the ability for us to connect so well with anybody who had just a solely, let's say, inkling of an interest in the medical side of cannabis or wanted to get back into it, Leafwell has been a huge proponent in making that happen for sure. We are Michigan's first, and to my knowledge, only LGBTQ-owned and ran, and also locally owned and ran organization. So we've got a really deep mantra that I've been so fortunate to develop as marketing culture director of community, cannabis, and then cash, right? That's the flow of how we try to run our things. It's the people that mean the most to us, our guests, our patients, those who interact with them. Then down the line, combining that with the healing and the conjoining powers of cannabis is the secondary. And then obviously that does help us keep our business going. For the longest time, for someone to get their card or renew their card, it was a little bit arduous, antiquated process, right? You either had to go through some third-party place that you weren't totally sure of, that was just like, hey, we've got a phone number or a cheapy website to go to, and you can take it from there. Or you have to go to a hydroponic store on only a certain date. As an organization who adamantly believes and will always keep their medical license, that wasn't enough for us. There should be no reason that you have to wait to get your medical card to get your medicine, right? You should have the ability to access, the approval process for your card or your renewal 24/7. And, up until we partnered with Leafwell, we didn't find anybody who was doing that in the space that was affordable. I mean, it's a free service to us, equitable, easy to use internally and externally. And let's be honest, and I'm not blowing smoke, yes, pun intended, everybody at Leafwell that we've worked with has been anything from the best at hand-holding, which I think we all need in our lives sometimes, to just being genuinely people who care as much as we do about the medicinal side and aspects of cannabis. Could be a laundry list for sure, but let me try to pinpoint some stuff. Definitely the gap filler, right? Again, it goes back to that accessibility and that ease of use. And I think the first and foremost is that, we are a very small brand. Everybody wears multiple hats or headbands or hairdos, whichever way you want to put it. And the fact that it was so simple to set up, the fact that it is so simple for our guests and our patients to use, and making a lot of the community realize that we are now the source in that area for all of their medicinal needs, whether it is that card approval, renewal, or the product, has definitely seen an uptick in our medicinal patronage and usage and procuring of product. And this is probably just me personally, not somebody who likes to talk about money all of the time, but this is the opposite of that, because there's really no money involved. I mean, there is no money involved for us to be a Leafwell partner. There's no other organization in cannabis that I know of, and I've been in recreational cannabis in the Michigan market for almost 4 years, that does that. There's almost always a cost incurred for anything. And the fact that we can have a service that has a return on it, and a quality, trackable return at no cost to us, find me somebody else who can do that, because to this day, I don't know who that would be besides Leafwell. Yeah, there's a handful of things, again, because I have the experience of not only being the director of everything that makes Leafwell happen in an organization, but somebody who has used Leafwell as a medicinal marijuana patient. Not to make it about me, but I really want to make this known that Leafwell hits on all of the marks for both of those aspects, right? As a dispensary, it's not just the service and product itself, but the humans is astronomically above and beyond a lot of what we have worked with and dealt with in this industry. But the same way with our consumers and our guests and our patients too. They find that even if we're not the ones helping them, the support that they get from Leafwell is astronomical, is above and beyond. They get their questions answered too. I went through that process very, very easy. And even when I had a few questions, just to make sure I was doing it completely correct. Because when you got to file stuff and go through the states, there's a little uncertainty here. all those uncertainties, both internally and externally, have been washed away because of the support with Leafwell, which it still blows my mind that we get that without having to pay for anything, and that the customer gets that, and they also get a discount on getting to the next step in their cannabis journey and into their healing and into their medicine. Something else that no other organization that I know of in this field does.